Hello, I'm Sharik, and I wanted to talk to you about health issues during the corona crisis. Obviously, while we're in lockdown, our immune system lags behind, and we have to cover the basics as always, which are good food, um, good sleep, good exercise, and hygiene. Today I want to talk to you a little bit more about food. Um, Food is the basis of your metabolism, just like breathing, liquidation, which is water. You have to cover fibers, minerals, vitamins, proteins, fats, and carbs. Um, Also antioxidants and some trace elements. So let's begin with the antioxidants. Those are beta carotenes, polyphenols, flavonoids, vitamins, and those can be found in many different vegetables, fruits, and also in cocoa, especially green tea, ginger, neem, black seed, ginseng, and all kinds of other vegetables and fruits. Um, Good food is also linked to a healthy hormone system, and moderation in food is very important, and the timing when you eat. Fasting is also important to recover your capacity and bring back the taste of the food. Antioxidants help you fight pollution like gases, radioactive waves. They prevent cancer, and good food in general does. And it also prevents heart disease and infections. So I've mentioned some of the vegetables, but also root vegetables such likes of turmeric, ginger I've mentioned. All green leafy vegetables are very important because they contain a lot of iron, and iron is important for your hemoglobin, for your blood, for your red blood cells, in order for their capacity to absorb oxygen and carry it to the muscles. Honey is a good anti-inflammatory substance, so it's a good replacement for sugar. Um, Cinnamon is very anti-inflammatory as well. So let's go to the basics of the caloric intake. For example, carbs. So good carbs are important for you. You cannot let go of your carbs. Your metabolism and your system and the whole blood circulation will suffer if you let go of the carbs in the long run. So some people can adapt to it better than others. There's theories about different blood types and genetics, but in general, we need carbs, and we need good ones. So carbs and sugar are not exactly the same, okay? It's like proteins or hormones. Proteins are long chain molecules, and hormones are short ones. Carbs are long chain molecules, sugars are short ones, okay? And sugars go into the blood quick, and either you burn them or they settle down as fat. So good carbs are in dates, figs, apples, pineapples, papayas, pomegranates, berries, but also in green leafy vegetables and herbs like basil, thyme, sumac, etc. If you have to take sugar, try to take honey or molasses, which is rich in minerals and fiber and vitamins. The best sweetener is stevia or sodium saccharine. Get used to very little. If you want other kinds of sugar, maltose, hexose, galactose is better. If you need quick energy for bursts of energy for sprint for a workout, then glucose is obviously quite useful, but only if you're working out. Because if you don't, then you get tired from it and it settles down. Because the insulin goes up and it converts it into fat. All right, let's go over to the proteins. They're best in grilled lean meat, such as or in eggs, for example. And they're also rich in omega-3, 6, and 9s, which are the kinds of fat that don't turn into fat, into belly fat. They're important for your brain health, for your heart, for your joints, etc. So ideally you should buy organic meat, just like vegetables and everything else, because it's got less fertilizers and pesticides. But in terms of meat, I would say less frying, more baking, steaming, and grilling. If you're a vegetarian, substitute it with lentils, nuts, chickpeas, beans, tofu, soya if you have to. But soya is placing immense pressure on the environment because of monoculture farming in tropical areas such as the Brazilian rainforest, the Amazon rainforest. So try to avoid those kind of crops that come from monocultures. Wheat, whey is all protein, milk protein is very good as well, but keep a balance of it all if you can. So because you need all three types of caloric intakes, which is carbs, proteins, and fats, we're going to talk about the fats as well. So with the fats, I would recommend, if you want oil, then if you want to fry, you should use natural ghee, butter, or coconut oil. That's the best for frying, for long cooking. If you want to, and try to avoid vegetable oils, other vegetable oils, such as sunflower or other, even the or olive oil or rapeseed. Once you fry it, it turns into saturated fat, into trans fats, which are especially bad for you. So those kind of oils, avoid sunflower oil and vegetable oil entirely if you can, because they settle down as fat very quickly. Try to use olive oil, flaxseed oil, rapeseed oil on salad, fresh, without cooking it. All right, and those fats don't turn into belly fat. Okay. Follow Ayurvedic principles, follow Islamic principles, follow Western, modern healthy diet principles, and learn and develop your own techniques, because you will have your own preferences. But these are the principles that I've told you, and food can be a healing. Incorporate it into your daily routine. If you have 3 meals, try to switch to 5 smaller meals. They digest quicker, the protein is taken up much more effectively, and the calories are released quicker, because large meals can drain your energy and you don't actually benefit from the calories you take in and the nutrients. So the other thing is, you have to chew well. You have to make sure that your saliva digests the food, because or softens the food, because there are enzymes in the saliva which help you digest the food. Eat socially, because in a company it is said you end up eating less, and it's also better for your psyche. Variety is important. Try to eat a big variety of food. So don't eat the same kind of food every day. Your gut bacteria love it, and your gut bacteria influence your whole body, even the brain and your stomach. Yogurt is important for digestion. Lactobacillus, if you know about that, I would recommend to have yogurt once a day at least. And obviously combine it with exercise and with a good bedtime routine. And that is what I wanted to tell you about food. So if you like what I had to tell you, you can look me up on the internet. My name is Sharik Ali Khan. If you add science afterwards, you'll find my books on Audible, Kindle, iTunes, etc., audiobooks and ebooks. Thank you very much. Good luck.